Okay, hi everybody. So in this video here, we're going to take a look at solving the rational inequality 3x divided by 2x plus 1 multiplied by x minus 4. And what I'm going to do to solve this here is I'm going to break this apart into different pieces here. We're going to take a look at the different factors all together here. So we've got this 3x. We've also got a 2x plus 1 and an x minus 4. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to draw out our number line up at the top here. And notice that 3x is going to go to 0, okay, at 0. 2x plus 1 is going to be equal to 0 at negative 1 half. Now, I'm not going to worry too much about scale here, but negative 1 half. X minus 4 is going to go to 0 way over here at 4. Again, I'm not worried about scale here. So what I want to do is take a look at how these different little functions behave along the number line, and then I'm going to put all their behavior together. So where does 3x become 0? Well, it's 0 at 0. But if you choose anywhere where x is positive, 3x is going to be positive. So between 0 and 4, it's going to be positive. If x is equal to 4, I get positive 12. And if x is bigger than 4, I'm going to get a positive value. But if x is anywhere to the left of 0, for example, between negative 1 half and 0, if you pick a number in there like negative 0.1, the result is going to be negative. If x is negative 1 half, you're going to get negative 3 halves. And if x is less than negative 1 half, the result is going to be negative. And so you can kind of get a sense of what's going on here. With 2x plus 1, it goes to 0 at negative 1 half. But if you choose a value just to the right of it, it's going to be positive. If you plug 0 in, you're going to get positive 1 as a result. Between 0 and 4, it'll be positive. At 4, you're going to get positive 9. And then for x, any value of x greater than that, you're going to get a positive. But to the left of negative 1 half, any value you plug in there is going to produce a negative result. For x minus 4, it's going to go to 0 at 4. If you choose a number bigger than 4 and plug it in for x, you're going to get a positive. But any of these values in any of these regions here, less than 4, you're going to produce negatives. Okay? And so that's how each one of these functions behaves along that number line here. Now we're going to put their behavior together. At the specific values that we're given, so at negative 1 half, let's just drop down that one first. At negative 1 half, I have got a negative, a 0, and a negative. And what that is it's a negative divided by 0 times a negative. Well, 0 times anything is going to be 0. So that means I'm going to have a division by 0 in the denominator. That's going to be undefined. When x is negative 1 half, that's undefined. At 0, I have a 0 in the numerator, and then a positive and a negative multiplied together. Well, that's going to give me a 0. At 4, I've got a positive divided by a positive times 0. Again, that puts a 0 in the denominator. It's going to be undefined there. But I do the same sort of thinking now on the intervals in between. To the far left, it's going to be a negative divided by a negative times a negative. Well, that's a whole bunch of negatives there. The two of them cancel out, and I'm left with another negative. In between negative 1 half and 0, I've got a negative divided by a positive times a negative. That's going to be a positive right there. Positive divided by a positive times a negative will be negative. And all these positive together will give you a positive. So the bottom one here, if you want to think of it like this is my overall function, how it behaves. And so now my question is, where is that greater than or equal to 0? Well, it's going to be greater than on the intervals where I'm positive and equal to 0 when it's equal to 0. So that's these two together and this one. Well, what is that? Well, that is going to be the interval, okay, when x is going to be an element of basically the interval here. It's going to be from negative 1 half up to 0, but including 0, because at 0, the whole thing goes to 0, together with not including the 4, but everything to the right of 4. And so there's my solution.